What's your name, boy?
Dr. Scott Washington.
Where you from, fool? Los Angeles. California.
And when it comes to drugs and alcohol, just say no.
There's a new epidemic. Smokable cocaine, otherwise known as crack.
We must wage what I have called total war against public enemy number one in the United States, the problem of dangerous drugs.
They can't even keep drugs out of the prison system. You know, they have guys in prison that ODs and things of that nature, even in the home.
What's happening here in America is that our government is inadvertently supplying the hard drugs to the people in this country. Then they're putting the people who use them in this country in jail.
People have to realize that most of our history, we didn't have federal laws against the use of drugs.
$50 billion a year at the local, state, and national level, clogging our courts year after year.
I mean, people fighting the drug war need to articulate that what we're after is not blanket legalization, but decriminalization.
Why in the world do we have millions of innocent young people wasting away in prison when the big people who are committing these huge, atrocious crimes are getting away every day?
Richard Nixon is really the creator of this drug war.
In 1972, when Richard Nixon started the war on drugs, the federal budget allocation was $101 million. Going into fiscal year 2000, the federal budget allocation was $20 billion. Yet there were more drugs in the country in 2000. They were of better quality and they were less expensive than they were in 1972. What's wrong with that picture?
There has never been a society in the history of mankind, as long as mankind has walked the face of the earth, that has not had some form of mind-altering, sometimes addicting drug to use, to misuse, to abuse, or even get addicted to. Where did this policy come from? Unfortunately, I have conducted an inquiry into this, and I have determined that drug prohibition laws came for reasons of racism, empire building, and ignorance.
I mean, in Nixon's mind, I think drugs were associated with not liking Nixon.
But the war on drugs in itself, in essence, it gives you the power to sell drugs in a particular neighborhood.
Drugs come from poverty, which inspires crime, which inspires a loss of confidence, a loss of pride.
Instead of war on poverty, you've got a war on drugs, so the police can bother me.
The administration had a war on poverty, and that seemed to dissipate. It seems to disappear at all. I mean, it was gone. And then all of a sudden, up popped this thing called war on drugs.
Because I never wanted to be a drug dealer, you know, when I was growing up. At one time, I even wanted to be a police officer or a firefighter.
Where you from, fool? Los Angeles.
What did you say your name was? What did you say your name was? Hip Hop Justice Radio.
Step up, run up, get up. What's up, suckers?
You want some of this?
Then you're a stupid mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
A good narcotics agent must know and love narcotics. In fact, a good narcotics agent should have narcotics in his blood.
What's your name, boy?
Dr. Scott Washington.
Where you from, fool? Los Angeles.